actually waited for an order all night, which is awesome. But since the pickings are getting slimmer, I decided to grab this $8.30 offer for Chipotle to go 6.7 miles, but it said it was only going to take me like 20 minutes. So $8 in 20 minutes is pretty good. If you do that 3 times, it's $24. So yeah, we are on our way to Chipotle. When I was in Chipotle, I got an add-on, an extra $7.07 to go an extra 5 miles to go to 7-Eleven. So we are going to 7-Eleven. It is 9:05. I snagged me one more, and then I'm gonna head home. It was $16 for 10 miles, picking up at Tijuana Flats. So that'll do me. All right, we've got the goods. I'm not gonna lie, I actually looked at the details after telling you where I was going, and it was $16, but all it was some tacos. So I started to kind of think, oh crap, is this gonna be a situation where I'm gonna get there and they're gonna say, oh, someone picked that up hours ago. I mean, like, because either this person tipped really, really well, or it's been sitting here for a while at the restaurant. So they just had to pay, like, a crazy amount in order to get it sent out finally. I don't know. I mean, again, as long as I'm making my $16, it's not my problem. But yeah, I was a little bit nervous there for a second. Not gonna lie. Alright, I'm like 12 minutes away from this customer, and then I'll be back to give you some numbers while I'm on my way home. Okay, as I suspected, Uber Eats paid me $11.01 to pick that up and deliver it. So it must have been sitting there for quite a while, because she was far away, and she left a $5 tip, which is, I mean, pretty standard for what she got. I think she just didn't really understand that she ordered from that far away. No. And so, yeah. Either way, it doesn't really matter. I got paid the $16, so where it came from other end doesn't matter. But I'm just glad that I didn't get there and they didn't say, like, yeah, somebody picked that up forever ago. Anyway, I worked a solid 5.5 hours from 4 to 9:30, and I made $131.46. So that came out to $23.90 an hour. Which is fantastic. That's a good night, considering that, like, I've been struggling to make $200 lately, and starting at 9:30 in the morning. Today I started 4 o'clock in the afternoon. and I made just over $130. That's insane. But it is what it is. So, no. I also need to, I also wanted to mention that, I don't know who is watching, that watches Meaty Mama. She is another gig worker who does mostly Uber Eats, and but she also does like DoorDash if they ever give her a call, which they don't usually, but she's just busier where she is with Uber Eats, so whatever works for her, and she does a great job. So anyway, she was on, I was watching the other day, I took 10 out of 29 orders, and I'm going to tell you why. That's what I was leading to, which is funny. So I went on to like the help portion of the app, and I said that I didn't want to take package pickup anymore. So it used to be that we could go into our settings and turn that on or off, much like, shop and deliver, right? And we used to be able to turn on and off alcohol orders as well on Uber Eats, but now I can't find where to do that. But anywho, so I went on there and I said that I didn't want to take package pickups anymore, and it automatically prompted this like menu where you could opt out of all different types of like package pickup. And what I mean by package pickup is just like I did, I think yesterday, right? Where someone can literally just call you to their house to pick up a package to deliver to whomever, and you don't know what it is, right? Which has always been a little strange to me. It also includes the Walmart offers that I get, or the Lowe's or Home Depot pickups, things like that, which I don't do, nor do I have any interest in doing. So I think that kind of was really messing with my numbers. And even she said, like, when, at the end of the shift of the video that I had watched, she was saying that her acceptance rate went up quite a bit and she thought it was due to turning that off. Now, I told you, or maybe I didn't, that the other day my acceptance rate completely tanked down to like 7%. I turned all this stuff off this morning. Tonight's shift is the only shift that I've worked since I turned those package offers off, and my acceptance rate is already up to 22%. So when I'm not getting a bunch of orders that I'm never going to take, obviously it's making a difference. Now, it's gone up like this before, not usually in one shift, but it has gone up like this before, and then the next shift I completely tank it. But we'll have to keep an eye on that to see how that goes. But anyway, thanks again for watching today. I know it was a shorter shift than normal. Normally I'm working double this long, and it's still weird filming when I'm at a stoplight and people can be watching me. But I really appreciate those of you who actually watch my channel and who make it this far into a video. You're the real MVP, and you're going to be the reason why this channel makes it, if it ever does. So I appreciate you. Thanks again for following along, and I'll see you on the next trip. Bye.